There's a small, almost invisible mistake many men make during something as simple as a hug. It seems harmless, it lasts only a few seconds. Yet in that brief moment, a woman's body and brain are already forming an impression that can be surprisingly powerful. Most men are never taught how physical contact actually communicates emotion, safety, and confidence. They grow up learning what to say, how to dress, how to impress, but no one explains how presence feels in real time. Here's something important to understand. Human connection is not processed only through logic. Long before conscious thought kicks in, the nervous system is scanning for cues. Is this safe? Is this person grounded? Do I feel at ease here? These questions are answered not through words, but through subtle signals like tone of voice, posture, breathing, and yes, the quality of a hug. From a psychological and biological perspective, the limbic system, the emotional center of the brain, reacts within seconds to touch. Physical contact can calm the nervous system, lower stress responses, and even influence the release of bonding hormones like oxytocin. But it can also do the opposite. If the touch feels uncertain, invasive, or disconnected, the body tightens instead of relaxes. Attraction and comfort are strongly tied to how safe and steady someone feels in close proximity. So if you've ever felt like everything was going well, but something shifted afterward and you couldn't explain why, it might have been a subtle moment like this. And if you've given what you thought was a perfectly normal hug in the past, don't blame yourself. Most people were simply never shown how much these small interactions matter. Let's begin with the first common mistake, the weak, hesitant hug. This is the one where your arms barely wrap around her, your torso stays at a distance, and the contact feels almost optional. Sometimes it's a one-arm side hug, delivered quickly, as if you're unsure whether you're even allowed to be there. The pressure is light, your body leans away, and the entire exchange feels rushed. On the surface, this might seem polite. You may think you're being respectful or cautious, but emotionally, it can communicate uncertainty. The body language says, "I'm not fully here," or "I'm not confident in this moment." Even if she doesn't consciously think those words, her nervous system registers the hesitation. Instead of feeling grounded, she may feel a subtle instability. Remember, confidence in physical presence doesn't mean force. It means calm certainty. When contact feels incomplete or fragile, it can create a slight emotional distance, even if the conversation was warm just seconds before. Human beings are incredibly sensitive to these microsignals. The good news is that awareness alone begins to change things. Once you understand that touch is communication, you start to approach it with more intention. A hug is not just a formality. It is a short exchange of energy, posture, breath, and emotional tone. And when done with presence and balance, it can strengthen connection instead of weakening it. Now let's talk about the second common mistake, and this one often comes from misunderstanding what strength really means. If the first error was too little presence, this one is too much force without awareness. It's the overly intense, overly tight hug that feels more like a squeeze than a shared moment. In this situation, the arms lock in quickly, the grip tightens beyond comfort, and sometimes the hug lingers longer than the natural rhythm of the interaction. The intention might be to show passion, confidence, or dominance. But the nervous system doesn't interpret pressure as confidence. It interprets it as potential threat if it crosses a certain threshold. From a physiological perspective, when someone's personal boundaries are pushed too far, even subtly, the body can activate a mild stress response. Muscles tense, breathing becomes shallow. Instead of releasing calming hormones like oxytocin, the body may produce stress-related chemicals. The shift can happen in seconds, and once that internal alarm activates, attraction and comfort can fade just as quickly. Healthy presence is not about overpowering someone's space, it's about being aware of it. True emotional strength includes sensitivity. It means recognizing that connection is mutual. When touch ignores timing, context, or boundaries, it creates doubt. And doubt interrupts the sense of safety that is essential for deeper attraction and trust. Now let's look at the third mistake, which is more subtle but just as impactful. I call it the absent hug. This is when your arms are there, but your mind is somewhere else. You're distracted, you're scanning the room, you're stiff, your breath is held, or you pull away abruptly as if you've just remembered something urgent. On the outside, it looks normal, but emotionally it feels hollow. Human beings are highly attuned to emotional congruence. When your body is close but your attention is distant, that disconnect is felt. It can create a quiet sense of being unimportant or unseen. Breathing plays a bigger role here than most people realize. Calm, steady breathing signals regulation. When your nervous system is regulated, it subtly invites the other person's nervous system to regulate too. But when you're tense or holding your breath, your body communicates tension, and tension is contagious. This is why presence matters more than technique. A hug is not a performance, it's a shared pause. When you are mentally grounded and physically relaxed, the contact feels real. It feels intentional. And intention, when paired with calm energy, creates emotional resonance. Now let's bring everything together and talk about what a truly balanced, grounded hug actually feels like. At its core, it is not about technique or memorizing steps. It is about alignment between your body, your breath, and your intention. When those three elements are in sync, the hug becomes natural, steady, and emotionally reassuring. A grounded hug begins before contact even happens. Your posture is upright but relaxed. Your shoulders are not tense. Your breathing is slow and steady. This matters because posture and breath directly influence your nervous system. When you stand firmly with both feet planted and your chest open, your body signals stability. Stability communicates emotional security without a single word being spoken. As you move in, the contact is clear and intentional. Your arms wrap fully, not loosely, not crushing. There is gentle but confident pressure, not force, not hesitation, just enough to create a feeling of containment and warmth. Physical containment, when done respectfully, activates a sense of safety in the body. The nervous system responds by softening rather than bracing. Breathing is the hidden key here. If you continue to breathe slowly and calmly during the hug, your body remains regulated, and regulation is contagious. The human nervous system is wired for co-regulation, meaning we naturally sync with the emotional state of the person we are touching. If you are calm, she is more likely to feel calm. If you are steady, she is more likely to feel steady. Timing also plays a subtle but powerful role. A balanced hug usually lasts just a few seconds, long enough for the body to register warmth and connection, but not so long that it becomes awkward. In that small window, the brain has already processed whether this felt reassuring or uncomfortable. It does not need a long duration, it needs emotional clarity. And then there is the ending. Many people underestimate this part. The way you release contact shapes the final emotional imprint. Instead of dropping your arms abruptly or stepping away quickly, you let go smoothly. Your hands ease back naturally. You maintain soft eye contact. Maybe there is a relaxed smile. The transition is calm, not rushed. Psychologically, endings matter because the brain often remembers the last emotional note most clearly. When the separation feels as steady as the embrace, it leaves behind a sense of confidence and ease. It communicates that you are comfortable both in closeness and in space. That balance is deeply reassuring. Ultimately, this is not about manipulation or performance. It is about awareness. A hug is a small health moment for the nervous system. When it is done with presence, respect, and calm energy, it can reduce stress, increase bonding, and create a lasting sense of connection. When it is rushed, forceful, or distracted, it can do the opposite. The encouraging part is this: presence can be practiced, breathing can be practiced, grounded posture can be practiced, emotional regulation can be strengthened over time. These are healthy skills that improve not only romantic connection, but all relationships. So the next time you embrace someone, slow down. Breathe, be there, let your body communicate steadiness and respect. Those few seconds may seem small, but they carry more meaning than most people ever realize.